Here we go. Welcome to the big Sleepover Moviecast. And tonight, from 1989, an American crime drama film directed by Gus Van Sant. Gus Van Sant also directed the films My Own Private Idaho, stay tuned, Good Will Hunting, stay tuned as well. He also directed To Die For, which I don't know if I've seen, but definite stay tuned. He is one of the more prominent auteurs in the new queer cinema movement. His gritty representation of 90s and few years surrounding the decade has become iconic. His films are very well received, as was this one, nominated for and or winning Spirit Awards for some of the actors. This film stars Matt Dillon. Is this the first Matt Dillon on the movie cast? Well, it won't be the last. Hot 90s heartthrob leading man Matt Dillon. Kelly Lynch from Cocktail and Roadhouse, two stay tunes there. Also in Charlie's Angels, apparently. So she doesn't look familiar to me. I haven't been paying attention to her. We'll have to see how she does. James LaGrosse is in this as Rick. The somehow underrated, beautiful Heather Graham. Max Perlich, James Remar, Grace Zabriskie. You may recognize Grace from Twin Peaks. And William S. Burroughs as Father Tom Murphy. Van Sant's first choice was Tom Waits, although the finance company would not support him if he had cast him in this film. This film was a critical hit, a moderate financial success, $2.5 million budget, box office 4.7, and is not one that I saw. So this is not a true sleepover classic. It's much too gritty. It was much too early. My parents probably saw it and, had no reason to talk about it. It is a story about drugs and addiction and all the things that surround that. So it's going to be a bit of a downer. But let's see how these lead characters do in their roles. As with many films in the sleepover era, this one was filmed on location in and around Portland, Oregon. Hey, guess what? There are a lot of drug addicts in Portland. If you haven't been, go look for yourself. Shots include an area in the Pearl District that used to be a rail yard. Ebert really liked this film. 4 to 4 stars by himself, right? His thumbs up are only done with Gene Siskel. Ebert described Dillon as giving, quote, one of the great recent American movie performances. He also singled out Burroughs' cameo as, quote, a guest appearance by death. Okay. Thank you, Wikipedia, for the information. I have the Blu-ray edition of this. There is no 4K, I don't think. And since I've never seen it, I am going to just watch the Blu-ray to start with. Now I have the title track pulled up, scrubbed all the way back, all the good stuff, and let's start the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Should see Avenue Pictures logo appear immediately. And there's our boy, Dillon. Sweating in bed. Been there, brother. Not necessarily from drugs, but also maybe not from drugs. Now what's he looking at? His wife. But now you're not? Done them all. Yeah, it sounds easy. Seemed like a ninja dope fiend. Smoke show. Eh. It's a straight up exposition here. Always the hippie, Heather. Goldie Hawn inspired for sure. Well, that was expected. See if the original music. This is obviously a cover, or not a cover. This is a song, not made original. But we can see if the original music holds up. Junior. Okay. Not sure he's always credited as such. Transfer looks pretty darn good. Nice shot. Another good song choice. So this is their genius plan. They all show their faces. No cameras, I guess, back then, or very few. Well, the faking of a seizure. Think you would have heard that, maybe. That pale lip gloss lipstick she's wearing. Yep, I recovered quickly. Seems familiar. Maybe I have seen this. Not sure where. But the scene and his goatee. Jesus. He's injecting it. So I don't know a lot about it, but I guess you can melt it down like heroin. Okay. I like the little practical special effects they put in there. Doing a pretty good job conveying drugs. Now, not going as over the top, but then again, not warranted based on what he was doing as something like Fear and Loathing. Familiar face, huh? So I guess you put some chemical in it, burn it, and that makes it injectable. And she faked the fucking thing. Don't call them that. I don't think you'd quiet yell the word drugs. I think you'd say the stuff. Well, you're the only rat faced fuck. Reminds me of another rat faced guy I know. Yeah. I mean, he's too smooth right now to be on drugs. I guess he hasn't taken his second hit, but it's just not affecting the other guy who just shot up. I mean, what's the point? Ringy? As in wringing your hands? Again, she's too well put together for a fucking dope fiend, right? Buster. Ah. Mm, mm. Downtown, uptown. What? I mean, how dumb is he? Jesus. Come on. One thing a fucking drug addict knows is basic math for their drugs. Quarters, ounces, pounds, grams. Very good transfer on these shots here. They're a very homey husband and wife drug team here. I know their guns out, but still. Hey, a little toy musket on the wall. I've got one of those. Why do they have golf clubs? Does he play golf? Those weapons? Mm, detective. Yeah, I mean, if they're hitting this many places, they're going to get caught. They're going to put up a sting, you know? They'll put it undercover. Just bury it outside. Someone's going to fucking see you do that. You think you're not being watched by those other fucking druggies? Does he not want to bang her? It's pretty fucking hot, bro. I guess he's just fucked up. Coke in a hospital? Take something to make your dick hard, bro, and bang her. Working his jaw. Guess he took some of the speed. Mm. The good sense to bury it, although they'll find it. Music kind of fits. It's a little upbeat. Hogan's. Jesus. Thanks, man. Yeah, that classic line never works. Yeah, they tore it apart. Ugh. Get that insulation in your fucking lungs. Mm-mm. They're all naked. Why? They have an orgy afterwards? Yeah, how do they own this house? Jesus. Look at that beehive. I think she's laughing at him. No, is she laughing a little bit? She's also wearing pale lipstick. It's supposed to be the 70s. Was that lipstick popular in the 70s? I don't know. He's wearing her clothes. I like that look on him, though. It looks good. Got to practice those scales, man. How old are they? 30s? When you guys are gone. They're all very sweet people for very violent criminals. I guess they sell some of their drugs to make rent. And they killed a panda. No. There's some 70s. She looks like Barbara Streisand. It's all dogs on TV. Aw. Panda turned him out, man. Shit. Oh, damn. Yeah. You can't be a criminal and have that dog. Interesting whole scene dedicated to dogs, though. Yeah, what else do they do? They just sit around? I mean, she reads at least. I guess he plays golf, maybe. Picks on her a lot, doesn't he? Is his character going to be abusive? Is he going to change into it? Or are they all just kind of sweet? That's how it kind of feels. Why is Diane cool with this eccentricity? I guess they're bored. She's bringing some Juliette Lewis looks there. Now, stay tuned. I think I've already hinted. We're going to look at some serial killer movies. Hint, hint, but he's got an ear hole. Did he ever fix his bottom teeth? I don't know if he did. I'm trying to think back to Something About Mary. I think he's got the veneers put in, but the hat represents death, addiction, what? Hmm. Okay, I guess his only other hobby is golf. Thus explaining the clubs, but oops. Nice double camper. Solid wood. Heavy. Who is it, Bob? Well done. This is a good. Sex maniac. You got to go out there and look, man. At least pretend. Of course. Yep. What? Okay. What it's going to be? A pile of shit? Booby trap? Are they going to fuck this poor man? Nice 7-Up bottle. Oh, shoot the son of a bitch in the balls. Okay. I see what he set up here. He's going to shoot a cop in the balls. I guess the cops in this world are dumb as shit, too. There you go. Jesus. Fucking killed him. That was a genius ploy by the... Good sound effects. Good graphics. And dark, but again, there's just this happy wholesomeness about this weird family. Maybe this is layer 1. I do hope it gets a little more darker. The women here can't be happy, so... Oh, another van. Okay, this time it looks legit. Good shot. Who's the trumpet player, man? I'd go find out. How's he not dead from being shot? I guess there's no filing for assault. Cat and mouse game continues. So the Israelites. The good song. The Act 2 is just going to be continuing on. So it's going to pull and it just goes on and on until it just sort of ends. A lot of notes here that Blow copied from too. Good shots. Again, it's a very good transfer. Be minimal benefit of a 4K. So there's your Bonnie and Clyde. So I guess that's the great love story, right? Loving gangsters. That's what they always think. So stay tuned for the other 2 movies we have planned in this series. But I don't like watching them back to back. I like, as I've mentioned before, I like planning mini runs and then not following through with it. I'll eventually get around to it, but Dylan's really carrying this one, his charisma, though. So far, the girls haven't done much of anything. Diane's pretty good. Both the blondes here are not really that important. And they're very chill. I like how he always says his name. Bob. It's the tiniest little crowbar ever, too. Almost dropped his ass. So that's what it is. Looks like the exact same pharmacy. Used to be able to get Cokes and ice cream in pharmacies. Jesus. Just put it in the back. Oh, don't make that noise. What? How are they successful robbers? This is retarded. I just honestly. Yeah, I mean, for real. Suppose they used to be more stealthy. But yeah, why didn't you get a bag out of the pharmacy? Why'd you even carry out a drawer? We see why she looks good. She just sits around dolling herself up, curling her hair. Dilaudid. Now, I'm not a big prescription drug dude, but that is some messed up shit. Oh, and the other stuff won't? As if slowness affects the dose. She might just turn y'all in. I mean, isn't that going to be an obvious place? He's got the strength to do that? Yeah, damn. I'll have to be young. His blue suede shoes. Acting like stoners. I don't think that's how the drug works, right? It's not really gritty yet. Again, I was expecting darker, especially compared to his follow-up movie, My Own Private Idaho. Although that's a sexual film too. This film is pretty straight. There's no gay themes in it. I mean, bro. Yeah, bro, there you go. Hog. He looks so somewhat respectable in his khakis and his tucked in shirt. Of course not. Oh, you fucked up now. So take it off. Take the fucking thing off the bed. Yeah, there's not enough drama in here. Like, where's the abuse? They're not hitting the women. And again, I don't want that, but it just seems like that's what you would expect. It wouldn't be this peaceful. And I know they're kids and they're West Coasters, so it's mostly just about this, but at some point it becomes about money, or it becomes about something else. And violence enters the picture, and instability. I mean, shit, they got a cop shot. They have guns. They probably shot them or shot at people. We don't know. He's apparently done, dozens of hits at this point against drugstores. And hospitals. I like his little crowbar. I got to get me a little crowbar. I have one in my truck for changing wheels, but it's bigger than that. It's like a mini crowbar. There you go. Again, very noisy. How convenient. There's just a ledge there. God, he would have killed him. Cracked him in the fucking skull with that. He'd be dead. Good jazz score, Ladies' room on the side, women's room on the door. Good shots here. See previous episode, Copycat, for bathroom stall shenanigans. Another good composite. Good shot again. He does a lot of these sky shots, I've noticed. That air must be musty and smoky as fuck. Crack that window, man. It's not raining anymore. She is cool, huh? Her style, her look, she's pretty, she's skinny. Uh-oh. Well, she's dead. Yeah, see, there they are being like a family again. It's a weird demographic that I don't know. It's a very sympathetic characters they've created. I can see the disc on her eye. It means it's good quality, you know? See, look how calm he is. Barracuda face of Matt Dillon. Yeah. At least he didn't hit his friend, though. Again, restraint. Yeah, I mean, he's like obnoxiously tender. Now, yes, now they're putting a corpse up there, but I guess that's the dichotomy he wanted. It's just, again, it's not what I assumed. Again, I could totally see Juliette Lewis right there. She looks kind of a lot like her. See previous episode, Basketball Diaries, for Juliette Lewis. Yeah, all Diane does is smoke, really. It's a deep V. Yeah, what? Your weird relationship with your Fed? This is just like Blow. Now, this book was probably written after Fear and Loathing, but the Sheriff's Convention, that's hilarious. Yeah, I'm almost 1000% sure this novel, even though it takes place in the 70s, well, Fear and Loathing was what, 70s? So, I don't know. I wonder which called this first. There's that humor, quote unquote. Yeah, so quick Wikipedia check, which I should have done at the preliminary, but we might as well talk about it as this plot's unfolding. The Fogel guy here, and not Jared, but James Fogel, wrote this in 1990. So the novel came out after the film. I don't know. That's weird, isn't it? The source novel was unpublished. Okay, there you go. So I don't know. Maybe it was, but whatever. It was way after Fear and Loathing. Because even if you wrote it in 1971, let's see here. Well, shit, that's the exact year of the novel, Hunter S. Thompson. Well, anyway, the interesting fact here is that this guy kept robbing drugstores. So up until 2010. So there you go. That's pretty crazy. And yeah, he was in jail when this film came out. So I should have done some more due diligence. There's an interesting element there. And that's perhaps the sympathetic angle they put on this. Much like Blow, you really like this guy. Reality of the subject is, it's probably dangerous. You know, that corpse would be stiff as a board. I guess. Didn't really get it in there all the way, did you? But okay. Yep. So character arc is just nosedived here. She's just a pretty smoker throughout this whole film. Graham's dead. The other dude was just a overly nice guy, drug addict. I mean, and if they really are just chasing the high, why don't they talk more about being high? That would have helped develop the plot a little bit more. They tried to make me go to rehab. I said no, no, no. Why can't you? Mm-hmm. It's a nice classic truck. 10 years, 15 years earlier. Guaranteed there'd be some hippies hiking out there. It's a logging trail. You can see in the background. So there'd be lumberjacks about. Weird madhouse theme. I guess it kind of fits. I preferred the discordant jazz. But honest to God, like, you know, the source here must just be like this. I don't know. This must be a love letter to this guy for some reason. The Burroughs edition, Burroughs, I'm an English major and I should know better, but Burroughs wrote about addiction as well, I believe. And so maybe they're trying to paint this guy as another Burroughs, but I just keep thinking about Hunter S. Thompson in Fear and Loathing. About the watermark. It fell short, man. It fell short. Okay. And then Lebowski, the hippies lost, or whatever, to paraphrase. The bums lost. Pacific Northwest does have the most beautiful forests. And they're still there. And you can go visit them, and you should. Okay, imagery, the hats thing, it works as a character device, but it's look how much grain he introduced doing this. You see on the transfer. His hair changed. It must have been a pickup shot, maybe. His hair is back to normal now. Well, guess who's smoking again? I'm really bored of her character. She could die at this point. She probably does. I'm just... What's the point, man? How long are you going to be together? I know you need companionship and whatnot, but where do y'all go from here? I mean, their leader is leaving. Helicopter shot would now be a drone or CGI. Nice old bus. Can't just quit opiates, man. You could go into toxic shock. So I guess he left Diane to be the new de facto mall with that other guy whose name I forget. Great shots here and a good song. I mean, something you could do, and maybe you should start doing, is take footage of the world, preferably where there's not a lot of people around, and then let it age. It'll only seem empty compared to the hustle and crowd of modern life. Good question. Okay. Fuck. Oh, just 26? Okay. Oh, yeah. Very adult perspective on his situation. Yeah. This is how you get your methadone, bitch. I'm not even over mine. No, bad idea. Sure. Glue. Okay, writing there. Ah. Burrows. Bad Bobby. Mm-mm. Eloquent as a true writer. Mm-mm. Thanks for the tour. Back to the jazz, which is good. The arc of this is just, I don't know, unearned. So now he dropped these other people and is trying to get clean through group. I mean, I don't know. This guy's kind of like a specter in his life. It's almost the beautiful mind CIA agent spook type thing, isn't it? So it is a hallucination. Oh, okay. Interesting quirk here. Interesting narration thing that I did not pick up on till now. And maybe you didn't either, but yeah, I mean, why is he his friend? It's interesting. So the cop that got shot, that's what it is. It's not a hallucinogenic thing, but I guess he just broke into his place. I mean, it's weird why they're friends. I don't get that. And this guy's in Blow, is he not? Why doesn't the big guy step in? Isn't that why he's there? Yeah. The fuck? Yeah, get some real back, dude. Dylan acts differently in front of Burroughs. Harvard educated. Interesting story behind Burroughs, obviously, and a true beat. Hmm. I mean, they already did in your time, friend. The war on drugs. Nixon. That's a dick suck fucking line. Fair enough. I mean, oh, I have Bukowski in my film, or I have David Foster Wallace in my film. Let's just suck dick. I hate that reverential shit. I mean, it's the same dump you used to live in, bitch. There should be a female. Big, big brassy woman. I like her. Just keeps his beer out on the table. No, no fridge. Hey, drilling bolt holes is important, bro. That's what won us the war. That style is definitely not 70s. It's 60s slash 90s revival. Ricky Lee Jones looking. Though I like you. Okay. Yeah, see this part's weak. There's no depth to this. So it's well formed, it's beautifully shot. He's decent, she's pretty, but has no arc. Even though she delivers her lines well, there's nothing there. And then that's about it. I mean, there's death and stuff, but it doesn't even feel heavy. It just feels nothing lasts forever. Nothing. Yeah, because your body isn't poisoned. Is she back? You crazy, man. I like you, but you're crazy. Or just obviously, Rick doesn't want to say hi. Be tramping up now. So now he's horny. Why didn't Rick come say hi? Guess maybe fuck him. Fuck this dude. You know, seeing him right there, I had sex with some girl who looked vaguely like that. And that is not, it's not a brag. That's not a brag, but yep, it totally happened. Was not great. Not a total regret. I mean, been way worse encounters in my life, but yeah, not the not the face you want on a girl sometimes. Is a fishy fucking barracuda. There's his ghost or his shadow. Now again, he told him that the other cop was coming to kill him, to plant drugs. What is it here? He had a gun before. I guess he legally can't own a gun. Look at that little frying pan again. I like all his little things. Little frying pan, little crowbar, little musket. Was that a joint rolled up? Why do they love Dilaudid so much? Hydromorphone. Opioid. Okay. Yeah, I mean, he didn't have to go straight. That's, it's not like he was caught. Turn himself into a program. I mean, you could just scream. That's some Fight Club bullshit there. It's a weird little mask he's created for himself there. Very custom. Hurry the fuck up. Someone would hear this shit, man. You beat someone or call the cops. One, start screaming if you're ever getting your ass whooped. Who gives a shit? And then if a gunshot goes off, I'm calling 911. Halfway house or not, man. She could check on the dude, but okay. Nice lighting out there with that Ghostbusters ambulance. Ghostbusters. The cop, he got shot. Why does he care? That also makes zero sense. Are they related? Is that his brother? I yeah, I don't get their fealty to him other than he really tried to go clean and other people were fucking up. I don't know. If they had a sexual relationship, that needs to be explored, but there's a lot of missing pieces here that we'll have to explore if Gus gets better in his later films. He was responsible for the screenplay, obviously. So the material itself is one thing, but what a beautifully made movie. I'll give it that. Good sound design, just a technical achievement. But at this point, just because you have Burroughs in your film and you talk about doing drugs, which is this, I'm not going to give you an excuse. Kling. I dated a girl named Kling. It's an interesting story that I won't divulge on a podcast, but yeah, okay, celebrating the undercurrent is fine. The counterculture being yeah, so it ends on a medium pace. It just peters out. All right. As I was saying, oh no, what's with the dog imagery, man? Obviously a dog fan, this director and or writer. The Israelites. All right. Shout out William S. Burroughs, but it wasn't all there. If I were to set out to make a picture, it wouldn't be anywhere near as good. Let's be honest. Even if it was the year 1989 and I had a nice camera and all the film I needed and I knew how to light measure, and I had a, cinematographer who did this, right? I don't know if he was the cinematographer, but let's look that up as I'm making my final determination here on this. But Robert Yeoman. Okay, so Yeoman here, best known for his collaborations with Wes Anderson and Paul Feig. Okay, that Paul Feig. Bridesmaids. Oh, he shot Budapest. Okay, so that's beautiful. That explains the good look here. Yeah, if I was either the cinematographer, I would want to be the cinematographer. Let's be honest. And John Hannah. Reggae. Indian and reggae is an odd choice too. It's just light. It's too light. You're doing too much, man. You either go full grit. You don't do this kind of petering around, this guy who kind of gets clean, and then at the end you say, oh, well, I'll rob a hospital again. I mean, okay, fine, sure. But it's just, it's a segment. And so there's no rewatchability. There's no legacy here. It's a good way to waste a couple hours, but I've seen so many things done. There's cues here that are directly lifted from Hunter S. Thompson, but that makes sense. Who wasn't inspired? Now, the whole 71 and this magic fucking year, again, 69, 70, 71, a couple years after the death of fucking the hippie movement because of Manson. Or to be alive in 67. I mean, there's some crazy shit there. I get it. Anyway, at the heart of this was, and the women here are written terribly. Let's just be honest. There's no character arc, which, it's probably vaguely realistic. So take that. Now we're at silence, but take that for what you will. Like literally, not everything because it's bad or because you may not like it means it's untrue. So that probably was realistic. But from an entertainment standpoint, it's boring. We've now ended the film, but I'm going to keep talking. It's a boring way to make you waste time. She's pretty to look at, and always in film you can get away with that. But Diane is just a chain-smoking loser, as are all the people around him, and he is too. But they never give them any other fucking drive. And again, that's probably realistic, but when you want to take realism and transmute it into a entertainment vehicle, it's good to give them a quirk. Like we had golf. It was a start. You could have shown him at putt-putts, fucked up, driving ranges. Bring the woman there. Bring her, because she's just an adornment, but bring her there. Like, that's what it should have been. The mom. The Italian, Jewish stereotype mom would have been someone to bring back. There's a lot here that could have been restructured from the unpublished novel, by the way, to the screenplay, and should have been done. That said, visually, it's great. I really do like the sound cues. I think Matt Dillon is solid. And I think Diane, played by Kelly Lynch. I can't fucking ever remember her name. Kelly Lynch is also showing promise here, but had no dialogue, no role. And that was the problem. She could have done more. So I know I've probably circled myself several times, as I do on these things. It's hard to live react and speak. There's a reason most people don't do these kinds of things live, and they study and they write scripts. So I consider it jazz, baby. Hot, sexy jazz. So let's get funky on the next episode. Smoke weed every day.